welcome. Class is in session, baby girl. I'm gonna break up this video into 3 different sections. I wanna first of all thank you for freaking being here. We're about to break this up into 3 different sections. So first I'm gonna show you my weekly routine, then I'm gonna show you my favorite glute exercises, and last but not least, nutrition. How can you gain or maintain the dump truck if you're not eating correctly? We're gonna talk about all of it today. First, we're gonna dive in. Let's dive into the weekly routine. So, when I tell you I'm doing legs 3 times a week, and you're probably like, oh, girl? Yes, baby girl, 3 times a week. You want the dump truck or not? Okay. So, break it down. We got Sunday, abs, Monday, legs, Tuesday, rest, Wednesday, legs, Thursday, arms, Friday, legs, Saturday, rest, period. And you don't have to do it exactly how I'm doing it. I mean, as long as you're working legs 3 times a week, arms at least once a week, abs at least once a week, you're golden, okay? Abs are gonna snatch, arms are gonna tone, giving you that hourglass figure, period. We'll dive into that too. Let me know if you want me to drop in arms, like upper body exercise, or an abs, like waist snatching exercise. I can do that too. And don't get me wrong, okay? Little tidbit of information. Just because I'm doing legs doesn't mean my abs aren't working and doesn't mean my arms aren't working, okay? Because when you're doing a squat, girl, it's a full body thing. Talk about it. Next topic.
Welcome to the top 5 glute workouts. So first I'm going to start off with cable glute work. We're doing donkey kicks and hip abductions. And when I'm doing these donkey kicks here, sending it back with force, holding it for a second, and bringing it down with control. Notice how my foot is turned out slightly to the right. I'm leaning forward on the bar for extra support, and leaning forward is going to allow the glutes to turn on more and using less of your lower back. Love it. Of course, make sure you're breathing. These ones are the hip abductors. This is going to give you that side booty meat. I enjoy these just because you can progress with them and it allows more control in the body. You have to go slow with these, but I don't like them as much. I put them at 5 for a reason, because you can't overload it that much. Overloading, I mean like adding a whole bunch of weight. Next. These are step-ups. I personally enjoy step-ups. Some people absolutely hate them. These ones are at number 4 for the reason that they're very mechanically driven. For example, you have to be doing them correctly to feel it in the right spot. I know a lot of people feel it in their lower back, and that's not the goal. Leaning forward is going to turn off that lower back, and I'm sending those hips back. Notice how my knee never goes in front of my toes. Number 3, single leg RDLs. These are similar to your step-ups with that same motion of sending the hips back. I'm doing it on both sides so you can see the difference, and I'm really hip thrusting at the top. Bulgarian's top favorite. Let's rewind that. I took a natural step forward and then sent the leg back. I personally like a wider stance, which is why I took that little hop there. Once you're in your stance, grab your weights. Sending foot to booty. So sending the hips back. It's a common glute movement. And I'm leaning forward just slightly to ensure that I'm really sending the foot back. I mean the booty back, girl. I'm doing these till failure, so once you're like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore, you're going to drop a kettlebell and continue until you can't do it anymore. Drop another one, continue. This is going to give you the best booty build. I'm doing it on the other side, and I have people, a common problem is people are putting too much pressure in that back foot, and then you're starting knee pains. All of your pressure should be in the front foot, and that back leg is just there for balance. Look at the cake. Yes. You should be feeling it right in that upper side booty area. And keep going till failure, babe. I know these are hard, but it's going to pay off. Look at that. And coming in at number 1 is our hip thrusts. I absolutely love this one, really, because you can just stack on the weight and really progressively overload that muscle. When I'm at the top, I'm squeezing my butt cheeks. That's why I pause up there, squeezing and hip thrusting, hence the name. Really pushing the hips towards the sky. And notice how my legs are at this 90-degree angle the whole time. Hold on, let's run that back. Boom, 90-degree angle. You see that right there? That's what you need the entire time to maintain that glute engagement.
My phone's about to die, but last but certainly not least, we're gonna talk about nutrition. So head home with me. I'll see you at home.
Nutrition. Let's talk about nutrition. No, I'm not gonna make you go on a diet. I'm gonna break down nutrition in 3 simple steps. 1, protein. You need to eat as much protein as you weigh. For example, I weigh about 140 pounds. I'm gonna eat about 140 grams of protein every single day. Simple things like meats, beans, vegetables can give you a really good source of protein. Switching out things for, instead of non-fat yogurt, switch to whole fat yogurt. More protein, more fats, better for you. 2, carbs. If you want to figure out how many carbs you need to eat daily to maintain and grow muscle, like the glutes, you're going to need to use this equation. I'm going to make it on the screen somewhere and you'll just do a quick plug and play. So I weigh about 140 pounds. I'm going to convert that into kilograms. So divided by 2, that's about 64 kilograms. 64 kilograms, I need 5 grams of carbs per what I weigh in kilograms. So 64 times 5, 320 in carbs. I need to intake 320 carbs a day. And truthfully, be mindful of what kind of carbs you're intaking. Instead of things like breads, try to intake things like rice or sweet potatoes, stuff like that. A better alternative, oats in the morning instead of cereal is a good source of carbs that's going to keep you energized throughout the day. But certainly not least, number 3, sugar. There's good sugar and there's bad sugar. I'll help you determine the difference between the two and you can go from there. The reason we're trying to cut down on our sugar intake, it raises your blood sugar, it causes hormonal imbalances, it prevents your muscles from growing properly and maintaining the growth, things of that nature. It also makes you hungrier faster. So bad sugar includes donuts, candy, super sugary coffees. I'm guilty of that too. Good sugar is things like honey, fruit, all natural things. And you can still have natural sugar. We need sugar. But too much of it, not gonna maintain the glute growth, girl. And thank you so much for being here. I'm proud of you for maintaining this growth and starting a new chapter in your life. And we're gonna move forward together. So if you really liked the information I shared with you, go ahead and let me know. I'm open to all the feedback. If you want these to be longer, if you want more specific questions, things of that nature, I'm here for you.